we are so blessed to see that our children are going back to school, and we are really excited seeing every child who has been at home for 2 years preparing to go back to school. However, there are issues that need to be solved in our schools. As Mukono Diocese, the Diocesan Council resolved that we need to give an opportunity or a second chance to all those children who would wish to go back to school but have been pregnant or have produced. So we unanimously accepted that these children should be given a second chance. Previously, it was not so. But because of the situation that we have gone through, we resolved that they should be given a second chance, because some of them met this calamity not because they wanted it, but because of the of those men who are unfair to these children. So we said that let us give a chance to these children to go back to school. However, there are conditions that were put. First of all, a child has to produce first and wean off the baby, and then be counseled and then go back to school. We have even set up an organization that is going to help them, to counsel them before they go back to school, so that when they go back to school, they don't go back to school as mothers, but they go back to school as students. And so we really not in line with what was said, that even those who are pregnant can go back to school, even those who are breastfeeding can go back to class. No, that one is not going to work for our schools. So the head teachers and the teachers, they have to be very, very concerned about that, because when a child goes back, a child goes to school, he does not only learn from the class, but learns from the teacher, from the environment, from the fellow children. In whatever they do, these children learn. And they learn by seeing, by touching, by hearing, as you all know. So we cannot really give a bad picture or a bad impression that a child is pregnant. Then others would think that being pregnant is one of the means of which you can actually become an adult. That is not the case. So we are saying that if a child got pregnant, let them produce first, wean off the child, and then be able to take to come back to school. That is accepted, but after being counseled. Otherwise, it is not applicable for a pregnant child to be in class or a breastfeeding child to be in class. That should not be Church of Uganda, because every school that was started, the foundation body has its objective of starting a school. And as Church of Uganda, we are so much concerned about morality in our schools. And when someone is short of moral behavior, we can't really bear to have such a person, be it a headmaster, be it a teacher. Now, what about a child? So we are saying that pregnant girls, breastfeeding girls should not come to our schools, but let them settle their issues first, and then we can give them a second chance to come and study.
Yes, their head teachers are now in a situation which is not easy, because the government is saying those children should be enrolled, and the Church of Uganda, which is Mukono Diocese and the foundation body, is against what the government is saying. What will be done to the head teachers who want to satisfy the government, are leaving aside the foundation body, which is the Church of Uganda?
We are not against the government, but what we are saying is that we need to ask ourselves, by taking this child back to class, tetutuusa butuusa luwalo nti omwana ali mu kiraasi kakati abaana bonna basoma. No, we want to have meaning out of this child, and therefore if we are to have children back to school, we need to prepare them. We need to prepare them. And also in schools, there is a policy where they have to check on these girls, especially to find out anyone found pregnant will not be allowed in school. We shall just give that girl a second chance, let the child go, produce, finish that business first, and then come back to school. You cannot serve two masters at the same time. Otherwise you end up getting nothing. So as Church of Uganda, we are saying, and I want to say, not Church of Uganda, but Mukono diocese, I want to say, we have a program for the children. Therefore, we look forward to seeing grown-up children who can be of value to the church and to the nation at large.
Yes, on the head teachers, specifically on the head teachers, who will not fulfill what the church is saying.
The head teachers already know what they are supposed to do. Even the school management committees, they are all aware. It's our policy that when a child is pregnant, that child is sent out of school to go out and settle the issues first. Then after that, we have, originally we did not even allow them to come back. But now, because of what we have gone through, we are saying that they are free to come back when they win off the children.
My name is Rosette Nabumba Nayenga. I serve in Mukono High School as the chairperson of the Board of Governors. And we oversee the running of the school, the effective running, and make sure we are preparing for our students to receive a good learning environment.
Yes, the government of recent it was an abomination for a pregnant student to be at school. According to what the government has just issued, the pregnant children or students or pupils are going to be enrolled in school. So, are you ready for them? Have you prepared different classrooms for them? So, how prepared are you via that?
We have today, this morning, and the whole day, we are meeting as the teaching staff and non-teaching staff to discuss the kind of support that is required for teachers, for parents, for all staff in a post-COVID environment, and trying to prepare them to be empathetic and caring for our children who have gone through many challenges. So we are in tandem with what government has suggested, that yes, we shall receive any girls who may have gone through difficult times and may be pregnant. We are going to allow them into the school. The conditions of management is what we are discussing. We are trying to teach our teachers on how do you manage these special cases. We are not going to create new classes or separate classes for the pregnant girls, because they are not, this is not a disease. It's a condition, and it is a condition which will take, maybe we don't know when the girls will come, how many months have gone. Some might be, maybe they need 8 months, 9 months, or 3 months. It's not a disease. So what we are going to do is to counsel all students to accept their colleagues and they learn with them. Why? Because as you see our premises, we don't have much space to build new structures to receive separate teaching for children with special needs. No, this is not a disease, I emphasize, and therefore we shall treat them as any other children and keep them together in the school environment.
Yes, you a mother, would you feel okay for your young child to study with the other child who is pregnant in the same class when the other pregnant child is going through different conditions that pregnant mothers go through?
Well, this is not a question of what I like or don't like, because if you recall, these children don't live anywhere else but in their homes. When they are inside the homes, our homes, we don't build separate bedrooms or separate houses because somebody is pregnant. We keep the children together in their separate conditions. Some have disabilities, we don't put them separately. So if that is the home environment, there is no reason why when we come to a school we should separate the girls who are having a challenge. We are supposed to be people who comfort these children, don't make them feel isolated just because they are pregnant. If they were to be put in a separate classroom, they will feel like they are outcasts, they will be hurt. So all we have to do is to give counseling to the students, to these affected children, to the teaching staff, non-teaching staff, to understand that we all have to be kind and support these children to go through this, and then make provisions for these children to have help when help is needed.
My name is Mbazira Kaumi, head teacher Mukono High School. You want to know how prepared we are? I want to say we are significantly prepared in terms of infrastructure. We have looked after the school plant very well. If you look around, you can go and inspect, you see it is excellent. We are very proud of it. Secondly, in terms of psychosocial support, we have so far held two meetings with the parents, and we have agreed, we have discussed the challenges that we have faced and those that we are likely to face. And in all cases, we have agreed on the common way forward harmoniously. On the side of staff, we have held meetings as part of our psychosocial program to discuss again the challenges and to agree to move on the same footing. We have a comprehensive program for the students when they come. Next week we are going to have a series of discussions, of activities to help the students come back to school. So I can say we are prepared to begin school, and the parents have also come. In those meetings they have indicated they are bringing back their children. I have not got many cases. There are only worries of students who have got pregnant, others who have given birth, but there are no worries about the turn-up of the students. I've also got a big turn-up of new students. People have applied to bring their children here. So we are prepared.
The teachers?
The teachers are prepared. The staff, I've not received any request from any teacher to transfer or to leave. They have not notified me that they are leaving. So I have all the staff that I had at the beginning, and I've also received some new ones, newly appointed and posted. So we are moving.
Yes. How are you ready to, because of recent it was an abomination for a pregnant student to be at school with the rest of the students. For those who have given birth, yes, how prepared are you and how are you going to handle? Because the church, the bishop says, no, first give birth and come to school. The minister says, recruit those even who are pregnant. How are you going to handle? How are you going to jangle the two bosses of yours?
No, it's not a problem here. We have sat already in the meetings with the parents and discussed and recognized that you see in the school there are two big stakeholders. There is the government through the Ministry of Education, and also the church, which is the owner of the school, the founding body of the school. And we have each of these have their own position on this matter. So for me as the school administrator, I have been mandated, tasked to handle that matter of pregnancy on a case-by-case basis, so that all the stakeholders, I create a win-win situation on pregnancy, taking into account the different stakeholders, the government, the church, and the parents and the students. Then as for those who have given birth, those who are mothers or fathers, those who are already parents, I want to say that, you know, in the many things that I have to do in reopening of the school, I don't think that could be one of them. I don't want to go looking for who got married where. As long as they don't come here with their wives or come here with their husbands, it's not going to be our business. Whoever presents themselves and they are ready to follow the school timetable and school rules, we are going to teach them. I don't want people to come here and tell me, you know, or you want to go so Mr. that girl is married. No, let them be. I will not go there to find them. So that one is not a problem to us. I said we agreed to handle them on a case-by-case basis. Case-by-case meaning considering the positions of the two biggest stakeholders in this school, that is government and the church. The government is saying allow everybody. The church is saying no, this is not a maternity ward. Our schools are not a maternity ward. Immorality, don't promote immorality. So now for me as the poor head teacher in between, I have to ensure that the decision we take is a win-win. For one, for the government, two, for the church, three, for the parent, and four, for the student. So on a case-by-case basis, we shall sit and handle them. But I know there will not be many cases.
I'm Reverend Geoffrey Kagoye. I'm the Education Secretary of Mukono Diocese. As a diocese, on the issue of students who are pregnant, we have an arrangement for them. We are not refusing them from coming to school or from studying, but we have made an arrangement because we very well know that women who are pregnant have their own challenges. Pregnancies come with their own challenges, and some of them really they can't concentrate when they are pregnant. They can't concentrate in class. Therefore, we have made an arrangement in case we find such students who are pregnant and they wish to come back to school. We have an arrangement of counseling through Students Rehabilitation Center. So we shall counsel the students and we shall counsel the parents and encourage them, first of all, their children, first of all, to stay home and give birth. And after, they can come back to school. Because there's no way a pregnant student can concentrate. That is really, it is not practical. And even it can also be an inconvenience to the rest of the students. As I said, that there are complications. Some of them, the pregnancies can lead to like vomiting and whatever. So I don't know what kind of environment can be created with such pregnant students in class. So we are encouraging. It is good that as a diocese, we already made this arrangement long ago, that we have a Students Rehabilitation Center that helps students who are challenged in such a way. So we shall encourage students to come and be counseled, then they start home. After giving birth, then they will come back to school. We are not refusing them to come to school, and we are not saying that it is maybe it is their own problem. We can't blame anybody because of the situation that we are going through, but we want to see how we can help our students be able to study well without any interruption.
Yes. How about the ones who have already given birth? Are they going to be allowed to come with their children? Will they be given space to go back home and breastfeed? What will that arrangement be?
Yeah, the advice we can give to those who have already given birth is to make arrangement and maybe get people who can help them take care of the children, and then they come to school. Because still, I don't know how breastfeeding students can also really concentrate when they come with children at school. You can imagine a lesson is going on, and maybe they come for such students to go and breastfeed. Then they tell the teacher to first pause and then they allow these students to go and breastfeed. It does not look really well, does not look okay. For me, I believe that those who have given birth, they can make an arrangement. They find people who can help them to take care of the children, and then for them they come to school and study without any interruption. Otherwise it can be a chaos. Take an example, maybe in a school there are about 10 breastfeeding pupils or breastfeeding students. You can see the chaos that is there. Child is crying here, the other is crying there, the other is crying there. So it can be really a very big inconvenience. So for me, I believe that if they can get an arrangement, leave their children at home, and then when they go back in the evening, they breastfeed them. I think it can work well than coming with children at school.
Yes, on the issue of teachers who are going to take long minus reporting back, but government have been paying them. What is the advice you are giving to the head teachers? What should they do?
Now, with the teachers who are not coming back, those who have found other things to do, maybe other jobs, because with this long lockdown, we have been seeing teachers abandoning their teaching profession. And we believe that there are some teachers who will not be coming back to school. So we want to ask the head teachers, and I believe that some of these will be seen when they begin, that such a teacher did not come back. So I want to ask the head teachers, if they get such problems, to report immediately. Let them not just keep quiet, because it is our students who will be losing. We have been inspecting schools, but we already, even before lockdown, we found that most schools don't have enough teachers. Take an example of, we have found schools with 500 children, 500 pupils, but with 5 teachers. So you can imagine if out of the 5 teachers, 2 have not come back and they have remained with 3, how will they handle the whole school? So I want to ask the head teachers to report immediately to the authorities, to the people concerned, to the education office, ours as a diocese, and also to the DOs, to the ministry, so that we can know how we can handle such a situation. But also we ask the teachers, the immediate solution, they can also find some private teachers to help them to bridge the gap as they look for the replacement. So it is good they have a meeting with the parents so that they can provide some little money to facilitate some teachers to help them, because there is no way. Already our students have lost a lot. Our pupils have lost 2 years without studying. So they need to concentrate and they need to have enough teachers. So we shall ask by all means the teachers to find some private teachers to help as they bridge the gap.